Foreword, a journey to success through timeless lessons. Dear friends, from the lessons I've shared with you in our previous videos, I've diligently gathered and now begin to narrate the inspiring stories of individuals who have achieved remarkable success by applying the principles and lessons we've explored together. These principles about desire, collaboration, and enthusiasm come to life through the vivid journeys of real people, set against the authentic political and economic backdrop of the United States, from its challenging early days to the modern era of technological innovation and global economic shifts. Analysis and expansion. Modern context: the story is set in Austin's tech boom and subsequent layoffs, reflecting real economic trends, e.g., Dell's 2023 layoffs. The Small Business Relief Fund adds authenticity, tying Maya's success to contemporary support systems. Balancing material, intellectual, and spiritual aspects. Maya's story reflects the core principle from the Master Key to Riches. Materially, she builds a sustainable business; intellectually, she educates herself; spiritually, she finds peace in meditation, creating a harmonious life. Persistence and resilience. Like Edison's relentless trials, Maya persists through economic hardship. Her resilience, inspired by Oprah's rise from trauma, drives her to adapt, offering sliding scale pricing and new programs to survive. Psychological depth. Maya's fear of failure, rooted in childhood trauma, contrasts with her growing trust in collaboration. Her alliance with Aisha and Daniel mirrors the mastermind principle, showing how diverse perspectives fuel success. Message: true wealth isn't just financial, it's a life where happiness, health, and impact align, a powerful takeaway for modern readers navigating material-driven societies. Harmony and ambition, a story of wealth and fulfillment. In the bustling city of Austin, Texas, in the spring of 2022, 34-year-old Maya Carter stood at the edge of her small yoga studio, a converted warehouse space on the east side. The room was bathed in soft morning light filtering through tall windows, the air scented with eucalyptus from a diffuser on a wooden shelf. The walls, painted a calming sage green, were adorned with hand-woven tapestries from local artisans, reflecting Maya's commitment to community. She was a striking woman, medium height, with a runner's lean frame, her dark skin glowing with a quiet radiance. Her curly hair was pulled into a high bun, and she wore a simple white tank top with linen pants, her amber eyes reflecting both exhaustion and determination. Maya had launched SoulCycle Studio, a wellness space combining yoga, meditation, and nutrition workshops, 3 years earlier. Her vision wasn't just profit. It was to create a sanctuary for Austin's overworked tech workers, a city that had boomed as a tech hub with companies like Tesla and Oracle setting up shop. But her journey to this moment was a tapestry of struggle, resilience, and a quest for balance across material, intellectual, and spiritual dimensions. Her desire for this venture was born from a painful past. Growing up in a low-income neighborhood in Houston, Maya had faced hardship. Her father left when she was 5, and her mother, a nurse, battled depression while working long shifts to support Maya and her brother. At 15, Maya endured trauma from an abusive relationship, leaving her with scars of self-doubt. Yet, her mother's quiet strength and her own discovery of yoga at a community center became her anchors. She dreamed of building a life where wealth wasn't just money, but also happiness and health, a holistic richness she'd never known. Psychologically, Maya was a paradox of resilience and vulnerability. Her amber eyes often hid a flicker of fear of repeating her mother's struggles, of failing her community. But her desire for a balanced life drove her forward, much like Thomas Edison's persistence through thousands of failed attempts to invent the light bulb. Maya's intellectual growth came through self-education. She devoured books on mindfulness, studied nutrition online, and earned a yoga certification through a scholarship. Spiritually, she found peace in daily meditation, a practice that grounded her amidst chaos. Materially, she started small, saving every penny from her job as a barista to rent the warehouse. The turning point came when Maya realized she couldn't do it alone. She formed a small alliance with two kindred spirits, Aisha Patel, a 29-year-old nutritionist with a bright smile and a penchant for colorful headscarves, and Daniel Brooks, a 40-year-old former tech marketer with a salt-and-pepper beard and a knack for branding. Aisha, whose parents were Indian immigrants, brought expertise in plant-based diets, while Daniel, who'd burned out at a tech startup, offered marketing strategies to reach Austin's tech crowd. Their weekly meetings over matcha at a local cafe became a space of synergy, each member balancing the other's strengths and weaknesses. Psychologically, this alliance revealed Maya's trust issues and her growth toward collaboration. She initially hesitated to delegate, fearing loss of control, a remnant of her childhood need to fend for herself. But Aisha's warmth and Daniel's steady encouragement broke through her walls. When Aisha suggested hosting free nutrition workshops to draw clients, and Daniel launched a targeted Instagram campaign featuring Maya's story, SoulCycle Studio began to grow. By late 2022, they were serving 200 clients a month, a small but steady stream of revenue. The road wasn't smooth. In 2023, Austin faced an economic dip as tech layoffs hit. Dell cut 6,600 jobs, and many of Maya's clients couldn't afford memberships. Maya's savings dwindled, and she spent nights on her studio's hardwood floor, her yoga mat as a bed, her amber eyes red from tears. Yet, her spiritual balance kept her grounded. She meditated each morning, visualizing her studio thriving, much like Oprah Winfrey's resilience in overcoming poverty and abuse to build a media empire. Maya's persistence mirrored Edison's. She refused to give up, offering sliding scale pricing and free community classes to keep her doors open. A pivotal moment came when Maya met Elena, a 50-year-old tech worker who'd lost her job at Dell. Elena, with graying hair and a weary smile, found solace in Maya's classes, later sharing how they'd helped her manage anxiety. This encounter reignited Maya's purpose. Her studio wasn't just a business, it was a lifeline. She doubled down, partnering with Aisha to launch a mindful meals program, delivering healthy lunches to local businesses, and with Daniel to secure a $10,000 grant from Austin's Small Business Relief Fund, a program supporting minority-owned businesses post-layoffs. By 2024, SoulCycle Studio had expanded to a second location in South Austin, employing 10 staff, including Elena as a part-time instructor. Maya's revenue hit $150,000 annually, but her true wealth was in the community she'd built. Clients called her studio a second home. Her life now embodied balance, materially secure with a modest income, intellectually sharp from constant learning, and spiritually fulfilled through her impact. Maya's journey, blending persistence and holistic balance, shows that true riches lie where the soul and success grow together, a lesson for anyone chasing wealth in today's fast-paced world. The narrative of Maya Carter's journey through SoulCycle Studio in Austin, Texas, embodies the principles of balancing material, intellectual, and spiritual aspects to achieve true wealth, alongside persistence and resilience. Expanding this story delves deeper into her psychological evolution, the socio-economic backdrop of 2020's America, and the nuanced interplay of her alliances, grounding her success in a vivid, modern context. Maya's pursuit of balance across material, intellectual, and spiritual dimensions is the cornerstone of her story. Materially, she starts with meager savings from her barista job, scraping together just enough to rent a dilapidated warehouse on Austin's east side. The space, with its peeling paint and creaky floors, becomes a canvas for her vision, a wellness studio for tech workers. Her intellectual growth is relentless. Unable to afford formal education, she spends late nights on her second-hand laptop, scouring free online courses on nutrition and mindfulness, her amber eyes reflecting the screen's glow. She earns a yoga certification through a scholarship, a testament to her resourcefulness. Spiritually, Maya finds solace in meditation, a ritual she practices on a faded mat in her studio each dawn, the eucalyptus scent grounding her amidst financial strain. This balance isn't static. It evolves as she navigates challenges, mirroring the holistic wealth philosophy of true success being more than money. Her persistence echoes Thomas Edison's dogged determination through thousands of failures to invent the light bulb. In 2023, when Austin's tech sector falters, Dell's layoffs of 6,600 workers ripple through the city, Maya faces a crisis. Her client base, mostly tech employees, shrinks as budgets tighten, and her revenue drops 40%. She spends nights sleeping on her studio floor, her tank top damp with sweat, her bun unraveling as she calculates dwindling funds. Yet, she persists, refusing to close her doors. She introduces sliding scale pricing, sometimes teaching classes for free, her voice steady as she guides clients through sun salutations despite her own exhaustion. This persistence isn't blind, it's strategic, paired with intellectual adaptability as she pivots to new revenue streams like the Mindful Meals program, delivering healthy lunches to local businesses. Maya's resilience, inspired by Oprah Winfrey's rise from poverty and trauma, is deeply psychological. Her childhood in Houston, marked by her father's abandonment, her mother's depression, and her own abusive relationship at 15, left her with a pervasive fear of failure. Her amber eyes often cloud with self-doubt, a reflex from years of survival mode, where trusting others felt like a risk. This trauma manifests in her initial reluctance to delegate, her hands gripping her notebook of plans as if letting go might unravel everything. But her spiritual practice becomes her anchor. She visualizes her studio thriving during meditation, much like Oprah channeled inner strength to build a media empire. This resilience transforms her fear into fuel, pushing her to keep SoulCycle Studio alive even when her bank account dips to $200. The alliance with Aisha Patel and Daniel Brooks is pivotal, reflecting the mastermind principle of collective effort. Aisha, with her colorful headscarves and warm demeanor, brings a scientific rigor to nutrition, her plant-based workshops drawing health-conscious clients. Daniel, with his tech burnout story and marketing acumen, crafts campaigns that resonate with Austin's millennial crowd, his Instagram reels of Maya's classes going viral with 50,000 views. Their dynamic isn't without friction. Maya's trust issues clash with Daniel's bold ideas, like when he suggests a $5,000 ad spend she can't afford. But their weekly matcha meetings at a cafe on South Congress Avenue, with its eclectic murals and hipster vibe, become a space of growth. Psychologically, Maya evolves from guarded to collaborative, learning to lean on Aisha's empathy and Daniel's optimism. This mirrors Austin's 2020s economic landscape, where small businesses thrived through community support, bolstered by initiatives like the Small Business Relief Fund, which grants Maya $10,000 to expand. The economic context deepens the story's authenticity. Austin's tech boom, with giants like Tesla moving in, initially fuels Maya's client base, but the 2023 layoffs highlight the city's volatility, mirroring national trends where tech employment dropped 1.5% that year. Maya's pivot to mindful meals taps into a growing wellness market, projected to hit $7 trillion globally by 2025, showing her intellectual foresight. Her interaction with Elena, the laid-off Dell worker, adds emotional depth. Elena's gratitude, her graying hair framing tearful eyes as she thanks Maya for easing her anxiety, reinforces the studio's spiritual impact. By 2024, Maya's expansion to a second location, employing 10 staff, reflects Austin's recovery, with minority-owned businesses growing 12% annually thanks to local grants. Maya's journey expands into a broader narrative of holistic success. Her $150,000 annual revenue is modest compared to tech moguls, but her true wealth lies in balance, a stable business, material. A sharp mind honed by self-education, intellectual, and a fulfilled spirit through community impact, spiritual. Her story, blending persistence, resilience, and collaboration, resonates in a modern world obsessed with material gain, offering a powerful lesson: true riches bloom where the soul and success grow in harmony.